Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Dave coming to you from the backyard here at the Wyoming house. Got our Teton view out there. We're going to talk about that a little bit on this video. Let's see, it's Monday night. It's 8 p.m. It's about 71 degrees out. I mean, perfect. It's 8 o'clock. We still have another almost 2 hours of light out here. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, it's just perfect time to be out here. We just got back from the cigar lounge and the dogs wanted to come out and run, and I had 2 days of updates to get to you. So all you guys seem to enjoy the hodgepodge video yesterday, so we're going to do it again today. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the view. I'm going to show you kind of what the view looks like today versus what it looked like 3 years ago before we started doing any view maintenance. And you can see the extent to which the prior property owners allowed their own trees to grow up into their own view, which again, that's just one more thing that I don't understand. Why we spend this kind of money buying this lot, engineering and siding this house and then building it, and then just letting the house go to hell, letting the property get completely unmanaged, and then letting the greatest asset of the house to get covered up. And trees like this don't grow. Trees like what you see here, these aren't 2 or 3 year old trees. These are 20, 30, 40-year-old trees. And to allow for what they own the house for 20, 21 years and to not maintain the property just almost rises to a crime level, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm going to show you what the view looks like now versus what it looked like 3 years ago, and then we'll come back. So the first thing I want to update you on is here's the view. You can see only about 8 or 10 trees are sticking up into the view until you get to the far right side. So hopefully I get most of those down next 2 days. But I decided to show you the view as it looks here tonight, Monday night. So I'm really happy with the way the view project is going. In fact, I think I have about 2 more days of cutting trees down and laying them over, and then we'll switch to cleanup phase, which is a lot longer but a lot less dangerous. It's all groundwork. I'm standing on the ground. The trees are laying on the ground. I'm only got to drag them 50 yards to get into my work zone. So that's good. So the 2 pictures I showed you, the one from 3 years ago is from downstairs, and the one from this morning was upstairs. I'm trying to find one from a view shot from 3 or 4 years ago, and I'll eventually find it, but I wanted to get this video out and not spend too much time looking for one picture. But you can get the sense of how much the view has changed, and it truly is becoming the view that this property should have had and deserves to have. So it's nice to get it back. So what's up next is a series of 3 animal encounters. The first one was on the drive home last night. I left late. I didn't leave the cigar lounge till 8 o'clock. I didn't get home down here till 9, and I came across a bunch of elk kind of crossing the road or right up against the road, really right up here, very close to the house. So I want to show you that. And then we had a coyote come visit this morning, and I don't mean from way out. I mean, he is right outside the window. So I wanted to show you that. And then just now on the way home from the cigar lounge, I had another buffalo encounter, only this time I'm the first car, and the buffalo have decided I'm the one that should stop before they cross. So I've got a little video of that. So you're gonna get some elk, you're gonna get a coyote, and you're gonna get some buffalo, and that's what's coming up next. We've got some elk coming here. A couple more elk. It's my first real elk experience since I've been out here. Alright, we got a few more elk out here. They're all sticking their butts out at me. At 8 o'clock, 8:30 Sunday night. Oh, the dog dogs are not happy that I'm stopping to look at elk. This is why you don't honk at them. We're actually first car these two stopped us. Anyway, there they are. First car. All right, the next thing I talked about was tracking dogs in the wilderness. So both dogs, Sasha and Ranger, both are wearing air tags on their collars, and they wear them 24 hours a day and have for quite a while. But air tags require cell service. They don't work unless they can see a cell service. So out here we have one cell tower miles away. I mean, literally probably 5, 6, 7 miles as the crow flies. We get at best 2-bar service, and then I have a cell phone repeater on the roof of the house, so we have a good strong 2, 3-bar system right around the house, but it doesn't extend very far. So when the dogs, run off the property for some reason, and Sasha is way more prevalent to do that than Ranger, it takes a while for the air tag to catch up and find them. And so I went out and found a GPS only, no cell required dog tracking system. It's called Aorcular, and you put a puck on the dog, just like an air tag. In fact, it's almost the same size and setup. You got to keep these charged. They only have about 8 or 10 hours of charge in them, so you turn this off unless you need it, and this gets turned on when I put it on the dogs. But when I feel like they're gonna run around, or I'm busy cutting, or I'm busy doing something, I put this on them and turn it on, and then just keep this with me. And you hold it flat, turn it on, and you got to give it like this infinity sign. The GPS signals sync up on it, and then it can track this puck up to like 4 or 5 miles away with no service, no electricity, nothing. So each dog has a set like this. So I've got a yellow one for Ranger and a black one for Sasha. And anyway, that's how I track the dogs when the cell service isn't working well enough for the air tag to work. Anyway, just that was something kind of cool. If you're not a wilderness person, if you're not out in the middle of nowhere, you have no need for this. You may never even heard of it if you're not that kind of lifestyle. But out here in the middle of nowhere, this stuff is the difference between maybe finding my dog and not finding him. Anyway, I thought it was a cool product. It's a no subscription required, which is also the very weird thing in today's world. This is $200 one time. You buy it and you can use the GPS satellites 24 hours a day. Neat product, Aorcular dog tracker. Pretty neat. Anyway, don't know why I felt the need to show you that, but I felt like showing that to you. So most of the rest of the video is going to be how I got the view to the way it looked. It shows my tree work from, I think I took Saturday off, but I say Saturday in the video. But I think I took Saturday off to do the humidor, and then Sunday and Monday. So we're both tree days today. So I'm going to just take you through probably the next 5 or 10 minutes. I don't really know at this point how long the clips are. But I'm going to take you through essentially yesterday's tree work and then again today. So you see me like site the tree and then walk to it and show you how messy it is and all the work it takes to get the tree prepped so I can get into it to get it cut. It shows you me trying to follow the tree out, and then the cut, the back cut, and the drop. So I do that on a few of them. You see me get my saw stuck like an idiot amateur moron. part of life out here. I've done it twice this year already. I did it 2 or 3 times last year. Sometimes the tree just moves different than my eye said it was going to. And once I start making those mistakes, I'm kind of done for the day cutting big trees down, and I move off to the second project, was right over here, which is cleaning up that huge 70-footer double, becomes a triple trunk tree. It's taken me, I've got 2 days worth of work on it, so I'm going to show you that, and I've got about another day or two of work on that to get it all cut up and off the guy's fence and out of the yard and ready to put in the work pile. So that's what's coming up next. All right, guys, it's Saturday morning, about 10 o'clock. I'm gonna try and drop to the big trees today. I'm gonna try and drop, where's my finger? I'm trying to drop that monster right there, and then that single right there. So the problem is they're buried in the back and it's hard to approach them. So I'm gonna show you that. But those are the two. We're gonna try and get those two end ones down. All right, we walked from the main house out to the work area. Now you can see there's the beast. That's the one I want most today. That's the silver tuna. Hopefully that's the biggest one of the job. I think some are taller, but that's the thickest, bushiest, tall one. So we're gonna hopefully get him down, and then this one right here. But what I'll show you is the trip to get to the actual trunk and what I find when I get there. So I'm gonna show you that next. So as I come around the edge of the fire pile, this is what you see as the approach. You see that big old dead down tree? That's an impediment for me. So I cut a little gate through it. But I'm trying to walk over to that guy right here. You can see it's been mowed and cared for back here by, I guess, the previous owners. I don't mow the grass back here. Anyway, we're almost under it now. So we're pretty much right under it. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. It's tough to get back in and get to the actual trunk of the tree. We're right at it now. And you can see what a mess this is. So I've got to get some cleanup done just to get to the base of that thing. All right, guys, you can see after about 30 minutes of saw work, I've got it cleaned up in here. Got my wedge cut done. And I've started my back cut. I try to angle my back cuts to the way I want the tree to fall. So I'm hoping to get it to fall this way and not that way across that other felled tree. So we'll see if I can work the hinge to make that happen. All right, guys, I got my back cut pretty deep. You can see it's opening up, meaning the tree is leaning the way I want to. And you can hear it creaking. So far I think it's going the way I want it to. See how wide that is? That was only a chain width, so I feel like it's leaning this way, which is where I want it to go. She's down. There's the other tree I downed the other day. This thing fell right where we wanted it. This tree was almost too big for my saw. Look at this. That's my cutting blade. Anyway, you can see my wedge cut, my back cut, and this hinge, which is too thick, but I wanted to leave it thick because I was controlling a huge tree. All right, with the monster on the ground, I need to go after this one now. So we're gonna have to walk the approach to get to it. Here's the gateway I worked up the other day to get through this big fallen one. I'll clear up this big fallen one too as I clean up the down trees. Now it's hidden a little bit back there. All right, now we can see it. It's another monster, not as big as the other one, but just as tall. So now I got to clean up in there, get to the trunk. All right, I've walked back through this mess. We had a couple of, the windstorm must have taken these root balls out and dropped these trees. So I'm actually looking back towards the house there. And this is the one we want to get to. This will be the last drop of the day. It's a beast. I'm pretty sure it's leaning that way. And we're just gonna let it fall. I'm gonna try and get it this way a little bit, but it doesn't need much cleanup. So you can see it's clearly leaning left after the cut. But I gotta show you what happened at the base. Again, you can see it clearly leaning left. But down here at the base, the wind took it or something and kicked it right. And this is how you know you're dealing with an idiot, a moron, an amateur. Is the tree leaned back 180 degrees from what I thought and pinched my blade. So I took a relatively easy physical job and turned it into a job for Mr. Handsaw. What an idiot. And it fell just the way it was leaning. I was unable to guide it in any way. Got the saw unpinched. That's two beasts down. All right, with the two monsters down over there, I've got to turn to this problem. I got to start cleaning this up. Obviously the wind took this down. It's laying on my neighbor's fence. I'm pretty sure it's not my fence. So my thinker is sore. So I just want to do some non-thinking, like cut some limbs off. See how many I can get cut. I'll stack it right here for bringing the truck around. But let's start cleaning this mess up. So project number 2 of the day. A lot less thinking. Everything's on the ground. Nothing's gonna fall on me. All right, I'm done. I'm wiped out. But you can see we got a lot of this tree trimmed up. See what we're dealing with now. Of course, it's got to be a double trunk. You can see I left legs. That way the fence doesn't have to bear the full weight. If I cut those, I think the full weight of the tree would slice through this fence. All right, so maybe tomorrow, keep going, get through the fence. 2 pretty huge brush piles just from trimming this tree. That's the disheartening part about this. Is all this came from that tree, and all this came from the tree. And it's probably about half done. So all that's got to be loaded into the truck and taken over there. So we're moving my workshop support center out here. Battery charger, hat barrel, bug spray, chainsaw, gloves. Because it is a lot closer out there and a lot closer to out there than going to the house every time. Whew. I'm done for the day. But we're getting there. My fire pile. It's kind of burned flat. So I'll just keep spreading it out a little bit, but the wind and the rain will eventually make that go away. It won't be such a scar on the yard so close to the house. Oh, those 3 towers of cigar boxes are gone. Cortez burned his ships. No going back now. That's all that's left of him. That little pile of ash. So, we are on a mission to smoke great cigars for the rest of the year. So that catches us up to last night, and so now the video clips are from today's work. So I show you sunrise today because it looked pretty good. And it was nice and quiet and calm, and I just wanted to show you a wilderness mountain morning. It's just perfect weather, so I wanted you to see that. And then I take you through the work I did today, and I showed you the end product, the beginning of the video, in case you have ADD and you don't want to watch this whole stupid video. I understand it could get boring. I don't really know. You guys seem to like it, so it's easy to take little video clips as I'm working during the day and then put them together here and show you it kind of as one quick movie with the results. So anyway, so what's coming from here on is today's work. So we'll head right into that now. These are particularly nice mornings. Monday mornings, I want to show you guys. Not a cloud in the sky. Sunrise about 5:30 in the morning. But the mountains all out, kind of catching that early morning dawn. Looks really good. All right, guys, it is Monday morning. Time for the tree part of the day. We're gonna take off those two big trees on the right. So let's see, this guy and that guy, those two right there. You can see the view starting to clean up nicely. Once we get the two big ones down, we got about 4 or 5 little ones to the left, and that'll probably finish up the cutting project. All right, guys, it's Monday morning. We're back at the fallen tree here in the side yard. Got that done yesterday. So today, we're gonna attack the fence line and see if we can't finish all the branch removal off these trunks. See what we're dealing with as far as getting the trunks out of here. All right, we got the fence cleared. And we got a good part of the tree done on the other side. Probably another 2 days of work though, because I only do this for about an hour and a half. But truly making great progress from how messy it was after yesterday and today. I'm pretty happy. 2 more days and we should have this thing cut up and off of here. All right, guys, that kind of catches you up through this evening. We're at 21 minutes. It's about long enough for a video. And kind of got everything I wanted into the video. Shows you my life over the last 2 days. And that's kind of what the purpose of some of these videos are, is just to show you a mountain man or wilderness man's day in the life of. And just how cool it really is. I enjoy the hard work. I enjoy getting it done. You'll notice in one of the videos from this morning, you saw a colorful van. That's Element Plumbing. They have fixed the guest house, all the breaks. There were like 6 or 7 pipe bursts, and they've all been fixed. The house is repressurized. The water's on. It's running great. So that's a major one to have behind us. The mold that came about is pretty much mitigated. The company's just leaving the HEPA filters running in that room for a few more days. I'm sure they'll be out and finish up in the next couple of days. So anyway, making a lot of progress. Doug finished pressurizing and washing all the logs in preparation of the restoration. And I imagine maybe tomorrow they'll start restanding the logs back to what they looked like 25 years ago and get them protected from the elements for, I don't know how many years, 5-10 years maybe. I'll ask him based on how it goes when he thinks we should get it redone. But I imagine it'll be at least 5, if not 10 years. So we'll see. Won't be 25, that's for sure. But I think we can go 5 or 10 years. So guys, that's really it. God, I hope you had a great start to the week. I hope you got a great week planned in front of you. Hope you know what's happening this weekend. My boy Sean is coming up here. He's going to drive up Friday night or Saturday and then stay for about 9 days, the 2 weekends and the week in between. So it'll be fun to have him up here. I'm sure Ranger will be glad to have his dad back. So guys, that's it for the video tonight. Thanks for spending time with me and allowing me to show you my life out here in the wilderness. And gosh, with that, I'll ask that may God bless your lives and those are the lives of people closest to you and that you care about. May God turn his ear to hear your prayers, and may God make his face shine upon you. Guys, that's it. Hope you have a great Tuesday. We'll probably talk again tomorrow. And that's it. Good night, everybody.